Man cave secret meeting. Listen, guys, I know you're all listening to me. The man cave, as it exists today, has come a long ways. We've got a long ways to go. Things have happened in the past, and we've got to do something about it. The existence of the man cave is in danger. I know this may come to a shock to you, but I've seen it happening more and more every day. To explain this problem, I got to go back and explain how man cave first came into existence. Well, God created the world. We all know that. He did that in actually 6 days. On the 7th day he was resting. That gave him time to think. He said, I need something down there to occupy that beautiful place I made. So what he did is he said, I need somebody down there that looks kind of like me. So I think he dug it out of Georgia, because they got, Georgia's known for its clay. And God dug out a little clump of clay down there in Georgia. And he looked in a mirror and he started molding this clay till it looked like himself. And so he breathed on this piece of clay and made it come to life and set it down here on the earth. And he kind of watched the man as the man roamed around. Well, this is when the cave first came into existence. It started raining one day. God said, well, the man's getting wet down there. I need to do something about that. I need to build him someplace, or put him someplace where he can stay dry. So God took his finger and punched it inside of a mountain. He made a cave. So then he told the man, he said, go in that cave right there, get in out of the dry, sit down, enjoy yourself. That was the first time that man discovered the cave. Man liked the cave. The cave was a good place to be. Weather got bad, he'd go sit down in the cave, throw rocks at the side of the wall, or, sit and think about getting him something to eat. So he'd sit there and he'd think about this stuff, and he'd go out and kill him a chicken or a cow or something like that, and come back and eat it. Well, then it happened one day. Came a real bad storm, and Adam, he was sitting there in that cave, and he said to himself, man, I'm hungry, but I don't want to get out in this weather and get something to eat, so I think what I'll do is cut one of my ribs out and gnaw on it for a while. He says, I don't want to get out in the weather, so he got him a sharp rock he found there in the cave, started cutting on his side. God was watching this, and he said, boy, what have I done? What have I created here? So he asked Adam, said, what are you doing? Adam said, well, I'm hungry, God. I wanted to get me something to eat, and I thought I'd use one of these ribs. I got a couple of spare ones anyway. Well, God didn't stand for that, so he just took his finger and flipped Adam on the head and knocked him out. Plucked that rib out of his side and said, well, if he's going to do something stupid with it, I might as well do something to help him out. So he took that rib out and he blew on it and he made a woman out of it. That's when the existence of the man cave started deteriorating. That's when it all started. Man was perfectly happy to sit back in this cave and throw rocks at the walls and think about eating. Now he had to think about Eve and, getting her something to eat. And she started fussing at him. She got hungry and started fussing at him one day. And, she went out and found this tree, and this snake was up in the tree, and the snake talked to her, told her to eat some of the fruit that he had grown on that tree. And thinking back on it, doing a lot of research, I decided that really wasn't a fruit tree. It was a chocolate tree. That's right. You know, women don't, they wouldn't go make a deal with the devil for fruit. Shoot, it's candy. I know it was. It's chocolate candy. That's what was growing on that tree. So Eve liked that. You know, she liked that. Well, then, of course, then Adam realized, you know, things were a little bit different. He knew a little bit more then. He got a lot more knowledge than he really needed to have. God knew this. But after that, things went a long ways, and Eve got tired of going out in the weather and going to the bathroom, and she didn't want to get wet, so that's where it happened. Just the years passed by. He built her like a grass shack so she could go to the bathroom in private and be out of the weather. That's where the outhouse came from. And then she wanted doors, and then everything just happened all at one time, and started getting doors on the cave. Wasn't any doors anymore, and sooner or later it kind of dwindled down. The cave kind of went away. There wasn't a cave anymore. Then it became a hut, shack. Nowadays they call it a house. When I was growing up, they had man caves. They call them dens. Anytime you go to somebody's house and ask where their parents were, the kids would always say, Mama's in the kitchen, Daddy's out there in the den watching TV. Well, a den's really a cave. It was really a cave. It was just a glorified name for a cave. So then you could tell man had hidden his true identity. The cave really belonged to him. And now he had a little separate apartment away called a den. It was really the cave, but they called it a den. Well, I remember back when Batman came out, he brought the cave back, and I got excited about that because man had gone back to his roots. You had to have a secret way of getting into the cave, and there was high-tech technology in there and hidden things that the woman didn't know about. And so he brought it back, and then as soon as that show went away, you didn't see it brought up again for years. And then Al Bundy brought it back during the times when they had a show called Married with Children. He brought back the man cave, and it's the closest thing to what we have now. We haven't really evolved much from that Al Bundy cave that he had. It was a men's only club, but you still had the influence of the woman. Peggy, I think it was her name. She kept interrupting poor Al in his man cave. And that's what we're seeing today. And something needs to be done about that. We need to go back to our roots and get our cave back. And I think the way to do that is to get everybody out there, all you guys out there know what I'm talking about. We're going to make secret passageways to our caves. We've got to hide in them so we can build them and be something that we can be proud of, and then one day maybe we can turn the whole house into an entire man cave. That's what we need. We need to get back to our roots. We need to start throwing rocks at our walls again. We can't just let this go away. This has got to be fixed. And I urge and encourage everybody out there, all you men know what it is to have that secret space where nobody bothers you. You can throw rocks at the wall. You get the stuff in there you want. You can have all the electronic gadgets, saws. We need saws, a lot of saws, hammers, nails, all kinds of tools, big screen TVs, computers with all kinds of movies that we can get off the internet, you know, that we want to watch. We want to watch Clint Eastwood for 10 hours straight. That's fine. That's good. That'll encourage you, you know, to do more things with your man cave. You know, get involved in man cave type activities, like, you know, wearing gym shorts. You know, wearing muscle T-shirts. Don't have to go outside and go to the bathroom once in a while. Make you get back to your roots and stuff like that. That's what we need to do. I encourage all of you to do this and bring back the man cave to what it used to be at the beginning of time. Thank you for listening. Man cave meeting over.